Hi, Mary Beth.
Hi, Miss Julia.
How are you?
I am good, and my Reese,
Hi,
love it.
Reese.
She's she probably doesn't have audio. She never has audio.
Okay.
So, how are you?
I'm good. On Sunday, this week has been amazing. I launched on all my platforms. I'm a new agent. If you need me, let me know, type of thing. And on LinkedIn, I had about 2,500 people, and Facebook 300 and something. And I got to tell you, I did it on Sunday because I thought Sunday would be a good day. And I got overwhelmed. I was so excited. I cried. But
'Cause it was
because of
well
the
received.
response, all
Yeah.
received well. And then every day there's more and more people liking it and viewing it. And till today, actually yesterday, a co-worker, another DOS, she said to me, Julie, she private messaged me because a few people private messaging me, they're not putting it
Yeah.
on. And she said, I need to sell my house and I want you to find me a condo. I said, well, hold that thought. I says, let's go sit and have, lunch or something, and let's figure out exactly how I can help you, and she's, so we're good. That's another meeting. And then, just like I have a lot of corporate accounts, New York
That is
Waterway.
so good.
Like I said,
So
after not
good.
working for a while and just getting the response, even family members, they're, resharing my stuff. And it was very nice response I got.
I am so proud of you for even
Thank you.
just doing it, taking
And
that step.
even like I have family members that have their own mortgage companies and stuff and brokerage in Staten Island and Florida, that if I have anything, we're going to send it to you. The people in New York are coming here. It's just making it happen now. So
I love
it was
it. I'm so proud of you.
nervous. I was nervous, but
Well, yeah, your number, because you're gonna put yourself out there for the first time. So you're stepping on stage for the first time. And
in this new role, yes.
yeah.
So,
My little niece was on stage for her dance recital, like for the first time, like big stage, and she was so nervous. Here's this big personality. She'll tell you all about yourself. She used to always ask me, Mare, where's your husband? And I'm like, I don't have one yet, girl, okay? But here's this bold little girl, and she got so nervous to go on stage. So you just went on stage and
take the Band-Aid off and do it. You just got to do it. And now it's putting the pieces that you learn together, and that's how I'm working it.
So I wanted to, there's a post that I love that it's starting to resurface, and one of the bold coaches put it out there. It says, if someone paid you cash and $10,000 over market value, would you move in 30 days?
Okay. That's a hard question.
No, but so when you put that out there on your social media,
yeah,
you're going to start getting some people going, even if they answer, Julia, that's a hard question.
Yeah. What is that conversation? It's starting it. Yep.
Right. It's starting the conversation. So I just wanted to give you that.
I love it.
I'd love to start with this story here, the story of the fly. And then I want to share with you guys what I just did for the last 45 minutes. Okay, so the story of a fly. Reese, I miss you. I'm going to come to office next Wednesday.
Woo! I'll be here.
I know. Okay, so it says, there's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly's strategy. Try harder. But it's not working. The frenzied efforts offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It is impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through the raw effort and the determination. This fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. Across the room, 10 steps away, the door's open. 10 seconds of flying time, and this small creature could reach the outside world that it seeks. With only a fraction of the effort that is now being wasted, it could be free of this self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It would be so easy. Why doesn't the fly try another approach, something dramatically different? How did it get so locked in on the idea that this particular route and determined effort offer the most promise for success? What logic is there in continuing until death to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? No doubt this approach makes sense to the fly. Regrettably, it's an idea that will kill. Trying harder isn't necessarily the solution to achieving more. Burning yourself out is not the solution to more. Did we hear that? Thank you. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's a big part of the problem. And if you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, you may kill your chances for success. And so I could say this as we're building, like Reese and I go through that often. As we're building a business, Julia, and those of you that will listen, is more of the same isn't always going to be the answer. You do hit that ceiling where it has to be different, or leverage, or somebody else should do this, which is leverage, or you know what, I really don't need to be doing that anymore because it's not giving me the results that I was looking for, measuring it. Reese, for you and I, some things we'll look at and we'll say systematically, is it even necessary that we have this, this, and that? Because it takes us 3 hours out of a week to do it. And is it being done somewhere else inside of the calendar? Julia, for you, it may be like, I'm doing all these social posts and I'm getting all these responses. And then I go and spend 5 hours and I'm writing emails and I'm getting nothing on my emails. Well, you should write more emails, Julia. No, you shouldn't. Right? It would be like your kid's playing basketball. He's horrible at it and he's flourishing in soccer. Go put him in soccer. Don't stick him in basketball. And yeah, there's, of course, try something new and see if it works. And I think, and Kira just got on too, is you have to stay committed to it for a little while to see if it really is going to work, right? You can't just say, oh, well, I tried that diet. It doesn't work. I tried it for 3 days. I tried it for a week. It doesn't work. That's not enough time to see if it works, right?
Right.
I tried lead generating through open houses. It's not for me. How many open houses did you do? 1. Okay. Well, why don't we try 5 or 10 of them? And then you tell me it doesn't work. So yes, while we don't want to be that fly that constantly bangs into the wall. Kira, you're here, right? I believe you're here. She's telling me she can't get in. It's not working for her.
I figured it out.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of like working smarter, not harder.
Yes, exactly. And so there's going to be times in our career where we find ourselves beating our head against something, and it might just be time to stop doing it and find the other way. Look to the left, and this is what will happen is we get so tunnel vision on something that is the way we do it, that's how it is, and we're not even looking around to say, wait, other people are doing it a little differently. Hold on a second. Or, you know what, so-and-so is having success in this type of lead generating, and that could be for me. Maybe I should try that. Maybe I should pivot a bit that way. Same thing with maybe you're going into certain databases and it's not working for you. Maybe you're calling into a certain area and you're just not gelling with those people, or they're not answering the phone because guess what? They probably work during the day. So maybe we have to shift the time that we're calling. And then maybe if you are getting them and you're not finding that you connect, well, maybe it's just not your area. Maybe it's just not a place where you're going to thrive with that type of behaviored person. It's okay. There's going to be somebody out there for everybody, right? So you just got to find what it is for you. And as you're building your business or even in life, I love what Orly Steinberg said on our MREA call on Wednesday. Leverage, the first piece of leverage for us, especially because this is ladies, the first piece of leverage that we should be expecting is something probably in the house. Like, okay, I prep my meals on Sunday to leverage myself during the week so I don't have to cook during the week. Or, you know what, I don't have time to prep meals, so I'm just going to order Eat Clean Bro, and they're going to deliver the meals for me. Or my mom is available and she can come and cook a couple meals throughout the week, and that would really help me, and she could be with the kids. So that may be the first piece of leverage. The absolute first piece of leverage that I did get as a real estate agent, ladies, was somebody to come and clean the house every 2 weeks. Somebody to clean the house every 2 weeks literally cost me like $200 because I had a small house. And for me, it was the biggest peace of mind that somebody would have scrubbed the bathrooms and done whatever laundry still needed to be done. Okay. So when we're looking at leverage, how do we get ourselves back more time? And I know, Julia, you have your daughter. Kira has her 2 little ones. Plus we have some other obligations. It may, maybe some of the things that we're talking about, maybe it's not business that we need to leverage, and we need to think, how can I get an hour back of my time on a Saturday morning when I usually do all the laundry? Well, could you drop it at a wash and fold? Dana introduced that to me, and I was like, what? You're going to let somebody else wash your underwear? And she's like, yeah, and fold it. And then all I do is put it away. Oh, okay. Sounds good. And they charge you per pound. So there are ways to leverage that. Now, what I want to share with you is, and I just put it on my my personal wall, I guess. She just shared it. I just had an interview on a show called I Am This Woman. And what I shared was about alignment. So I'll encourage you to go ahead and watch the video. However, I shared about alignment, and my takeaway from even my own conversation was, you just need to have conversations with yourself. You need to be checking in on yourself. We get very busy in life, and we don't make the vision board. We don't make the priority list. We have all good intentions of waking up early and spending that quiet time with ourselves. And then this morning I fell asleep in the spot where I was supposed to do some extra thinking time, right? So we have to give ourselves some grace and mercy on that, but we do need to schedule that time with ourselves so that we can check in with ourselves. We also need to schedule time with that person who is real with us. For me, it's my mother-in-law and my mother. Like, if I said to them, do you think I gained some weight? They're not going to lie to me. Do you think, am I a little unplugged? They're not going to lie to me. They're going to tell me the truth because they care enough to tell me the truth so that I could make right decisions in my life. Who are those people that you need to be checking in with? Because we hide from them. We hide from them when we know they probably have something to tell us about ourselves, when we could just be telling ourselves about that to ourselves, right? So if we book that time with us, we can make sure and check our alignment with ourselves weekly instead of having other accountability. But it's always great to have that gym buddy, right? So it's the same thing, a gym buddy in your life. What'd you do this week? Show me what you did. Show me your calendar. Let me have your calendar. Just stay accountable. But the other thing I recognized was I want to encourage you all to go back to a vision board. It's been a really long year. I just, I could say, yeah, we could have a really fun time and do it all together and kumbaya and whatnot, but we're all on different schedules. And I do think, I remember when and I'm looking at my vision board now, when I put my vision board together, it was my sisters and I getting together at our house on a Friday night or something. And some of us did it and some of us didn't want to do it. And it was the first time I committed to I'm going to finish this thing. And you start cutting out the words and you start putting a pile of all these values and words. And you're like, wow, that's really me. Or wow, that's what I'm thinking about now. Really? And that's where you could find yourself in or out of alignment with what you are wanting for your life. You also then have this vision board of right now, it says on there, love, the leading of the Lord. There's a lot of spiritual stuff. And I have to be honest with you, I think I've done a great job this year in that aspect of my life. It's been in the forefront. I can also look on there and I don't see anything about staying healthy except for eat clean. It says one thing, eat clean, which is probably why it wasn't a focus of my board, which is why I got some chubby cheeks right now. And I'm okay with that because I just am going inward and saying, I own that and I can make a difference. I can get right back on track in today. Here we go. Right. So being in alignment with yourself, being in alignment with your goals, you do have to have that regular check-in. You do need positive influences around you. What are you listening to? What are you reading? Who are you talking to? I mean, if you surround yourself with a bunch of people that are talking about like, man, they really got to file that unemployment and they got to get on that assistance and they got to, then that's what you're going to be knowledgeable about. That's what you're going to be talking about. That's what you're going to be internalizing. Even if you don't need to do it, you're not going to be focusing on the next step for you to go open that savings retirement account. You know, if you are in a retirement type of mindset where, hey, it doesn't matter what age you are, Reese, I mean, I hope and I think you do have some things set up that you could be funding, even if it's small, even if you're only funding $20 a month, there's compound interest that somebody in their 20s, by the time she gets to her 60s, should have quite a few really nice accounts set up if she just commits to that. So, you know, it's not funny to talk to a 20-something-year-old about a retirement account. But if she wasn't put in those conversations, would she really be talking about a retirement account? Do you think her friends would have decided to talk about retirement accounts and paying off student loans? Probably not. Now, I know she's got smart friends because she's a smart girl. And she's probably the law of the lid inside of her friends. So for her coming into work and hanging out with some of, you know, us, it's probably good for her friends. Her friends don't even realize how it's ultimately affecting them. And that's what we do for our families too, and our kids and the people that are around us as we choose to get in alignment with where we want to go and who we're going to be. And then we show up in that space. Then we encourage other people to let their light shine and be the best version of themselves. There's that poem that I absolutely love, which is the Marianne Williamson poem. You guys know it? My Deepest Fear. Hold on.
Do share.
It is the best. My Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. And she, I think she was trying to run for president. Let me get it up. Here we go. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And ultimately, that is what happens when we decide that we're going to be the best version of ourselves and we're going to shine and we're going to go do amazing things. Other people go, wow, I mean, gosh, if she could do it, like I could do it. And hey, if she could do it, maybe I could even call her and find out how she did it. She might even be willing to help me get to do it on my own. Yes, Parole. It is very beautiful. So talk to me a little bit. I want to hear a couple things from you. When I say alignment for you, what does that mean? What do you think of? What's the first thing you think of when I say, are you in alignment? Get in alignment.
Like, does my life match what I actually say I want?
Right.
Are you doing what's going to get you to your goal?
Right. Like the first thing that Kira brings to me is like, well, do we even know what we want? Have we clearly identified what we want?
Yes.
Can you verbalize that, Julia? Do you know what you want?
Well, that's what I was just saying. You know, I have my, it's not a vision board, but I have an idea of what I want. And every day I always think, am I going towards that goal? And I have to do something every day to get towards that goal. Even if it's in its smallest measure, I do it. And then that keeps me in line to where I'm going. It might be a little step here and there, baby steps, but at least I'm on the right track. And that's my focus, to be aligned into being on the right track to where I want to be.
So I just want to share something real quick. This is a vision board for myself. Okay. I'm going to encourage you guys to do something like this. Does some of this seem crazy and divisional director? I mean, yeah, it seems a little out there, but I'm going to put it on the vision board for myself. This is long-term investors, passive incomes. These are companies to be created. This is charity in the blue. On the bottom is investment. The green is real estate business. The top right is coaching and training and leading others. And this is market center ownership. Do I exactly know what it all looks like? I have no idea what some of it looks like. And I'd be happy to share this with the 5 of you in an email to keep encouraging you to go ahead and create your own. I'll even give you the one that's editable, so that you could pop your own self in there and the things that you want to do. But I have to question having it here or having it even here, even in a messy way, taking a picture of it and making it real, tangible, so that you could bring it with you and put it somewhere. My vision board is one that has pictures of my family. In the center of it, it's my husband, my son, and I. It's our wedding picture with the 3 of us, because everything is centered around that. And then, where do I want to travel? Guys, if we don't think about where we want to travel, what do we want to do? 5 years will go so fast. Kira, your little ones won't be so little anymore. You know, it will just be like, oh my gosh, where did it go? While they're little, are we going to take any kind of, you know, great big memory vacations? Are we going to take a road trip? Are we going to, you know, there's lots of things that when my mom would look back, and when my dad passed away, I was 30, it was in my 30s. But she said to me, we never went to Aruba. We never went to big trips together. And she felt so bad that we never got there. And, you know, I said to her, like, gosh, every day was like Aruba with daddy. I mean, every day it was like some kind of thing was happening. Did you talk to daddy today? Like, daddy did this. Like, there's always some kind of story. We always had dinner together at 5 o'clock, raised as children. We would set the table. As soon as my dad walked in, we had dinner together. So, you know, I had that, but I'm sure it would have been nice to have some big trips planned to where we could have had great memories. So, you know, not only the business, where do you want to see that? It's more about what life do you want? I just did this interview and I got off of it. I mean, I cried a couple times, but I got off of it and I thought to myself, gosh, you know what I didn't talk about? I did not talk about the journey of opening up 1 million offices and all of the leaders that came in my path that I was either in alignment with or I wasn't. I didn't talk about the sales. I didn't talk about the money that came with it. I talked nothing about that. I talked about the charity, the things that made me feel whole, the things that made me feel complete. My husband, the relationships that like weren't great because it wasn't bringing out the best version of me. Like, that's what I talked about. And I mean, I thought for sure I was going in there. I even wrote it down, like the leaders that I was with, the offices, the companies that I've opened, none of that came in, which actually just made me realize that that is so not important. Like, the life that I design through the vehicle of this career is what's important. So at 43 years old, I need to now, thank you ladies for having me go through this journey. I need to now be even more clear as to what does my now life need to look like with my husband and my son and my future children. Because just what I just said to Kira, like, I don't want to have that where, God forbid, something were to happen to me young in age. And my kids would say I didn't have those trips while they were young, while I could still put them in the car and take them, you know? And they don't need to bring 5 friends that are going to cost me an arm and a leg. Right? No, you can't bring a friend. Your cousin's going to be there. So anyway, anybody else want to share anything on alignment and your vision and where you're going? Or maybe an action step that you'll take from this 30-minute? So Reese?
Something that I did, I made a vision board this year. And I put the places I wanted to go on vacation, you know, because I was like, we're going to get there. But what I'm going to do is, instead of like making like a brand new vision board, like, you know, next year, I'm going to just take the things off or layer over things that I've accomplished, because there's no point in taking off goals. Like, your goals may change, but you know, you still want usually something similar on the vision board. So my plan is to like not take it off, to just add more and, you know, cover up the things that I've accomplished. So then, you know, you have like this entire vision board that's like been with you through your whole process till, you know, you need to start a new one. And I always say that my year is like my birthday year. So I don't make New Year's resolutions. I make like my resolution for like my year. So like my birthday's in May. So I always make a resolution or a goal of what I want to do in May. And I have like till May to accomplish it, and so much less like pressure, because it's like that's your year. Like January is in the middle, especially for me. Like January is like halfway through. You know, technically when I was born, my year is May to May. So that's kind of how I think about it. Is like, what do I want to accomplish in this year of like this year, like 20.
This year of your life.
Like, what do I?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
yeah. So
what were you accomplishing before May?
well, a lot of it hasn't changed because, you know, there's certain stuff I couldn't do because of COVID, but I had a goal for like how much I wanted to make in transaction work. I wanted to learn how to ski, which I did. And I also had buying a car, buying a house, so got a lot to do before May.
Okay. I love that. I love that. So from your advice, I am going to take my vision board and I'm going to create another canvas. So as you saw all those spawns off, one of the realities that's happening is we are buying some land in Africa, and we're going to be farming in Africa to supply for a charity there. So I'm going to make another, my vision board is a canvas. So I'm gonna make another canvas that will just be about Africa. And so maybe I'll have a vision wall. Everything will have its own little canvas. Okay. Anybody else want to share before we finish up?
I think I feel like I need a balance.
Whoa, hold on. We have a deal putter together over here. Peru put her first deal together. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's all everyone's help, you know. So, but for me, alignment means balance. You know, balancing everything, basically. You know, that's alignment for me. Whether it's personal, whether it's professional, whatever it is, it has to be balanced, and that's what makes it aligned. That's what I call like in the center, the thing, and I'm aligned.
Yeah. So just don't get upset with yourself when it looks like this.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
It happens. It happens.
It
move
does.
around.
You just can't go off the page. When you come off the page, then it's a problem. But if you're like, whoa, I'm really feeling too stretched, and oh my gosh, and now I'm on the other side. Now I'm all business. Now I'm all kids. Now I'm all husband. Now I'm all business. And now I just need to feel this. Yeah.
So it keeps me not only grounded, but also I don't feel motion sickness. So if I'm doing too much of this, I feel like I'm not feeling well, you know? So if you're aligned from inside, I think it just balances everything. Amen. So that's what it is for me.
Find some meditation or whatever, whether it's yoga or meditation or some sort of like music sound.
Let me show what it is for me. I'm gonna
her plants. Rebecca, she's like mommy. Her plants are all over the place.
Yeah. So that's for me. Plants. It's just like keeps me. You know, it's just the family and friends, and just like, even if you cannot find anything positive, just try to find something positive in whatever is going around you.
I mean, for you, like that, the plants are great though, because you literally can go see the beauty of creation. You could look at a plant and then there'll be like a new little leaf and you're like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that tonight, right?
Yep.
So, alignment. And for me, because I talk all the time, I have these like heavy mask eye thingies that if my husband's not home and I get home and he's just not home yet, I can shut everything off and I put those on and I just lay in quiet. And that to me just gets me back to, okay, breathe, Mary Beth. I had a few minutes to myself. Good to go. Gives me a little restoring. All right, ladies, you guys did great this week. Give yourselves a little credit. You're going into the weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. And next week is a busy week. If you're in the Ridgewood office, so all of you are actually, we have our team meeting on Monday. That James Shaw will be popping in. So that's going to be a great team meeting. And we also have Michelle doing handling buyer objections on Monday as well at 12 o'clock. So that's happening. Next week, also on Wednesday, we are going to be having an attorney panel. It will be recorded, but we're going to have 3 of our preferred attorneys for all 5 offices. And Sally and I will be asking them some questions about the market and how to help best guide you and the clients. And then Reese, we also have Steve Gendel at 3 o'clock on that Wednesday is another special class. And he's talking about generating leads. So all of those things will be recorded and available to you. Just want to let you know, those are the special things that are coming into our calendar next week. Okay. All right, guys, have a great weekend.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, ladies.